In this episode of the Launching Your Business series, we talk about timing. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hi, I'm Karen Swim with Solo PR Pro. And in today's episode of the Launch Your Business series, we're going to address when is the right time to launch your solo business. So the answer to that is there's no perfect time to launch a business. Probably not the answer that you were looking to hear. I know that right now there's a lot of talk about the economy. There are thoughts that a recession may be headed our way. We have this impending war in the United States, or probable war, that is kind of looming in the background as well. And so many may feel like a job is their safe option and it's a bad time to launch your business. I launched my business during one of the worst economic downturns in modern history, and I thrived. It didn't matter. I know solos who survived through Hurricane Katrina and 9/11, really horrific, tragic events. So timing is when you're ready to launch. And sometimes we wait a little longer because we're afraid. We're ready, but we're afraid to take that step. So, what are some things that you can begin to do proactively now? Have a plan, set a date. Set a date for your business launch. Doesn't have to be shared with anyone, but write it down and work towards that. Make sure the date is realistic. Will you have a financial cushion by that date? Will you be able to start taking the steps to work on your plan so that you'll be ready for that date? Is your family on board with your transition? If you have a family, you do need to include them in the plan because it is going to make a change, not only for you, but for them as well. Are you prepared for the additional expenses that you'll face as a solo, such as purchasing healthcare? So once you set a date, work backwards to make sure that you can hit the necessary goals to reach that launch date. And of course, it's always okay to shift your plans if something happens and you need to do that. So as you're getting ready, we've already talked a lot about planning and some of the things that you need to address, but there are other things that you can do to get business ready and also to begin to recession-proof your business. Number one is to really nurture your professional network. What does this mean? This means that so often we see people either looking for a job or changing careers. All of a sudden, they become super active on LinkedIn. And them being super active means that they finally go in and they update their photo, their profile, their experience, and they start reaching out to everyone to connect. And then they're immediately following that up with an ask. I'm in the job market, or I've just launched a business. Don't do that. It's, people feel a little used that you have not bothered to nurture the relationship. And now that you are in the market for something, you're reaching out. So start now by being a little more proactive. Again, we can go back to some of the tips that we had around branding yourself and what you want to be known for. So use LinkedIn to showcase your thought leadership, share information and articles of interest, reach out to a few people and invite them for, a 20-minute chat to catch up on what they're doing and see if they have any needs that you can meet. So be as much of a giver as you are an asker, and that will go well. Set up a few coffee dates. Start to do coffee dates once or twice a month with a few of your colleagues and make it about them and not about you. If you're doing this for months in advance of your business launch, when the time comes to launch, you'll have a network that's prime and ready to support you and to help you. The second thing, obviously, is to make sure that you have a financial cushion. I cannot stress this enough. Going into your solo business, you don't want to go into it in a desperation mode where you are fighting for survival. So begin to work on your budget now. Trim back and put that savings away as your launch cushion. There are plenty of resources out there that have practical ways for you to trim your budget and to get your financial savings a little more healthy. And I would advise, don't just rely on the savings that you have now, because it's likely that you've budgeted for life events, but not necessarily needing to survive off of that income for a period of time. So meet with a financial planner. Usually they have free consultations and they can provide you a plan for a very low amount of money. While you're working and have your steady income, invest in your business because you have a fallback position right now. So take advantage of that. Don't be afraid to invest in a workshop, a webinar, mastermind group, financial planner, accountant, attorney. Don't go nuts with spending, but you can afford to pay for some of these services that are going to give you a strong start to your business. And doing these things will help you to be ready to launch. Now, you can also, keep your eye on any regulations that might affect the services you offer or how you do business. For example, if you live in California, the gig economy bill has had an impact on that marketplace. It doesn't necessarily affect solo PR pros because you're not gig economy workers and you're not freelancers. You really have a client relationship, but you still should be aware of the bill and its nuances and understand how to address any concerns that are raised by potential clients. So in other states, New York is another state that has, some very specific regulations around things. And so wherever you live, know the local codes, begin to research that, and make sure that you're structuring your business in a way that will allow you to thrive. And then plan it and execute it. You can do this, and it doesn't matter what the news headlines say is going on in the world. I promise you, there's never a perfect time. We could be in the most robust economy of all time. We could be in a time of peace and have everything going beautifully, and things can still go wrong with your business. Life is going to happen. You're going to have ups and downs, but you will be able to survive in good economies and in not so great economies if you do the work, you have a plan, and you're prepared to do the things that make your business sustainable. I look forward to celebrating your launch. Please remember, if you like these videos, like them and subscribe, and let other people know that might be considering starting their own business. And you can also go to our website for lots of free information on our blog post. And of course, if you're ready to join Solo PR Pro Premium memberships, we'd love to welcome you. Just go to soloprpro.com/join.